Hey, you guys asked for more fight analysis, and I'm here to deliver. Today we're going to be covering Piccolo versus 17. This was such a good moment in DBZ. Take yourself back to when you first saw this. There were so many moving parts and so many fighters just clawing for the #1 spot. Cell is on the loose, Vegeta and Trunks are in the time chamber, Goku's back in action just waiting for his turn, and of course the topic for this video, while all of this is happening, we get such an unexpected banger in Piccolo versus 17. Out of nowhere too. The androids just pulled up on Piccolo while he was watching TV. They're looking for Goku. But Piccolo says, nah, don't worry about Goku. I'm the best Z fighter. You want to fight somebody?
I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Absolutely.
So they move to another island and prepare for what's about to be a classic fight. We're going to be breaking this down and scoring it with a 10-point must system, just like we did with the last one. To make it simple, this fight is going to be scheduled for 3 rounds. At the end of each round, the winner gets 10 points and the loser gets 9 points or less, depending on how bad they lost. At the end of the 3rd round, if both fighters are still standing, the points get tallied and the fighter with more points wins. Now that we got that covered, let's get right into it. Sound the bell, round 1, let's go. Piccolo starts off the round powering up to his max. Ain't no warm up, he's going straight for the jugular. And look at 17, he thinks Piccolo is easy money, but he's about to get a wake up call real quick. Android 16 tries to warn him that Piccolo is the real deal, but Piccolo uses that to his advantage and he goes on the attack while 17 is distracted. Comes up behind him with a downward elbow to the back of the neck. 17 is stumbling forward and Piccolo lands his flush left hand while he's trying to compose himself. Boom, pops him again with an elbow. He's not trying to let off the pressure here. He comes at him again with another elbow. 17 blocks it, but Piccolo follows up with the right hand and connects clean yet again. Immediately goes back into a spinning backhand and lands that too. And then this is my favorite part. He clips him with the hook kick to the back. 17 starts falling forward and he meets him there with the shovel hook. And look at his eyes. 17 is dazed. He's kind of getting ragdolled here. This is a really nice combo too. It's not disjointed at all. Each punch and kick just flows to the next and it's creative too. But I mean that's Piccolo for you. He's clean, man. Then we see Piccolo wind up a huge right hand. Boom, the punch lands. But look, 17 is not stumbling back anymore. He's grounded himself. And this is a testament to his chin. He ate that punch like a tic tac. Then he's gonna finally come back with his own offense. Kicks him to the solar plexus. Piccolo gets launched but turns it into a backflip. Then comes at him with a side kick. We don't see if it lands, but I doubt it because 17 is locked in now. And it was pretty telegraphed too. Then we get some high speed action. Then they take the battle to the air. Piccolo comes in with the elbow. He loves to throw elbows. And he should, man. I don't know his wingspan, but he's 7'5", so I know he can land those from a mile away. 17 pulls back though. Then Piccolo swipes down with a chop, but 17 leans back some more. But peep this, he's pulling his right leg back so he can counter with a head kick. Piccolo blocks, double jab, Piccolo dodges both shots. The combo repeats one more time, and then we see Piccolo fakes like he's going for the chop, but comes in with the left hand instead. 17 blocks though, I'm telling you, he's locked in now. Blocks another round kick from Piccolo, then comes over the top with a right hand, but Piccolo blocks it. He tries a double jab, but 17 dodges it by taking the inside angle. The sequence is going to play 3 more times, and then we see Piccolo's the first to land here. Boom, kick to the body. 17 comes back and they clash into a stalemate. Piccolo with the overhand right. Whoop! 17 slips and then dodges a kick. Power jab, straight right, then another kick. All dodged by 17. Honestly, Piccolo needs to change up his tempo here. He's throwing way too many power shots. 17 got a read of his rhythm now, so he needs to give him a new look. Some more high-speed camera shots, and then we see 17 come in with the elbow. Whoop! This time Piccolo's a slick one. Boom! Tackles him to the floor, and peep the relentlessness. He comes right back and lands a head kick before Android 17 can even compose himself. He's been doing this the whole round, guys, while also keeping a tight defense. But he had to take a break here and flex on him real quick. Android 17 is in a state of shock, and I love this, guys. 18's enjoying it. It's that sibling thing where they don't necessarily want to see you suffer, but they do want to see you get cooked a little bit for their entertainment. Piccolo fires off a key blast while 17 is off guard again, but this time he dodges. And it's a good thing he did because that would have been game over. They take the battle to the air again, and Piccolo is blocking every strike. Block, 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 block. 17 winds up way too much. Then 17 with his own. 17 builds up some distance and he's feeling himself. Piccolo fires a ki blast, easy dodge. Then he throws a barrage of ki blasts. All of them get dodged. This is the most trash move you can do in DBZ. When has it ever worked? Then he deflects this Masenko. Piccolo charges at him and they clash. Stalemate again. And here's what gets me. 17 got a little bit of momentum here, I'm not gonna lie, but he's acting like it's GG now. He would definitely be like one of those fighters who clearly lost a fight, but then puts up his hand before they announce the winner. Like, bro, is anybody gonna tell him? Piccolo's not impressed. He comes at him with the right hand. Psych, it's a ki blast. Dodge. More Ki Blast spam, and 17 is pissed off at how predictable Piccolo is being.
Again? You're so predictable!
But come on, this was just a big brain play by Piccolo. He got 17 to think he was desperately throwing wingers, hoping to land one, but really he was setting up a trap. He missed on purpose to set up one of his best moves, the Hell Zone Grenade. Had his Ki Blast floating in the air so there's nowhere to run, and launches them all at 17. So clean. But the smoke starts to clear, and we see 17 is unfazed because he blocks it with the android barrier. And this was so impressive, they had to make this the best defensive move in Tenkaichi back in the day. Now you guys remember. Then they're gonna reset by landing on a new island to continue the fight. Perfect place to end the first round. Look, I'm gonna score this round at 10-9 for Piccolo. Yeah, the momentum might be in Android 17's favor right now, but Piccolo had the better moments, the better combos, and he outlanded him way more. I'm gonna put the numbers on the screen right here. It's crazy how 17 landed only one strike the entire round. No way he gets the round. No way. But still, he never got badly hurt, and he made it very competitive, especially after the halfway point. But 10-9 Piccolo, easy. I don't think anyone is gonna disagree with that. Okay, so round 2 starts, and 17 must have caught wind of my scorecard because he starts this one off smooth, bro. Look at this. They both hit their stances, then 17 slowly closes the distance between them, hits another stance, then boom, palm strike to the chin. Okay, let's rewind here because this is some beautiful work from 17. He lulled him into a false sense of security with this one. He made Piccolo think he was trying to switch up the tempo of the fight here and start off slow, maybe poke and prod with some jabs, but no, he switches up by opening the round 0 to 100 with the power shot. Shocks Piccolo, you can see he was not expecting this. Then Piccolo comes back in with the hook, ducked by 17, and he turns his hip over, boom, left hand to the body, downward elbow to the back of the neck. Piccolo hits the dirt. As he's getting back up, 17 goes for a sweep, whoop, back handspring by Piccolo. 17 follows up with a kick, but Piccolo dodges with another back handspring, and he keeps going too. He anticipated 17 would keep the pressure, but nope, he's chilling. So now Piccolo's trying to get into his head, says 17 was fast, but doesn't have power. He says Goku hits harder than him. Ooh, dude, he's smart. He's trying to rile him up and get him to fight with some more ego, and it works too. 17 says he's not falling for it, but still, his demeanor changes. He comes in fast. Piccolo throws a backhand, dodged. 17 was never committing to the shot. It was a fake to set up this counter elbow to the back of the neck again. Bro, no wonder Piccolo was doing this. 17 is trying to break his neck. But look at the wheel kick connecting from Piccolo though. He comes in with the round kick now, ducked by 17. He spins around and connects this straight right. Piccolo bounces back again and comes in with the headbutt. They're going back and forth now. Next thing we see is this explosion. One of them must have fired off a Ki Blast or made a big impact, but we don't know who. 17 comes out of the rubble with a stiff right hand. Piccolo comes back with a hammer shot. They're both getting bonked. They charge in, stalemate. 17 blocks a big right hand from Piccolo. Piccolo blocks a big round kick from 17. Now they have a strength competition. Nobody is budging. Guys, this is a true 50-50 matchup. Then we see them taking the fight to the air. Piccolo comes down and meets 17 with a big right hand, but 17 blocks it. It's technically a block, but it's still going to do damage. There's just too much impact here for it not to. It's a collision course. Then Piccolo fires off a mouth beam, but 17 blocks with his palm. It was only a setup though, because while he's occupied with the block, he gets caught with a huge body shot and then another hammer fist, sends him into the ocean. And I love this part. 17 is at the bottom of the ocean, and he's wondering how Piccolo is this good. He says, we didn't think Goku would be this strong. Piccolo meets him underwater. 17 composes himself, builds up his energy, and then fires it off at Piccolo, but he matches it with his own Ki Blast. Huge explosion. Then they both pop out of the water and go back and forth in the air. Let's look at it frame by frame. Right hand from 17, blocked. Right hand from Piccolo, dodged. 17 comes over the top with a hook, slipped by Piccolo. Piccolo tries countering with a big left hand, 17 blocks it. Then he comes back with a palm strike with the same hand that he blocked with, but Piccolo pulls back. Throws an uppercut, 17 pulls back, comes in with the right hand, blocked by Piccolo, blocked by 17, dodge, block, dodge. Piccolo winds up a downward elbow, but 17 pulls back. And the rest of the sequence pretty much goes like this. It's back and forth with nobody landing just yet. And it's like this as they're on the move to another island to start the third and final round. These islands are a really good indicator for me to close off a round. So yeah, round 2 is over, and it was a really close one. 17 had it in the start, Piccolo had it in the middle, and then it was dead even at the end. But I gave it to my man Android 17, 10-9 round for him. If we look at the stats, he landed one more shot than Piccolo did, and he was a little bit more efficient too. Although I will say one thing with scoring a fight is, don't fall in love with the stats too much, because they don't always reflect how a fight really pans out, because not every strike has the same effect, and for other reasons too. but for this round, it really did help me to decide the winner. 17 took the round with the work he put in at the start. He just built up a bit of a lead, and Piccolo maybe didn't fully close the gap enough by the end of the round because it was so back and forth. But still, it was a really close round. I'm not mad at you if you personally gave it to Piccolo. So on my scorecards, it's 19-19 going into the third round. It all comes down to this next round. This fight is a banger. Who's going home with the W? Let's find out. Round 3 starts off with them landing on a fresh new island. 17 comes at Piccolo with the clothesline, but it's blocked. Then he's going to be super aggressive and throw a flurry of 3-piece combos. 2 straight punches followed by a hook. Let's look at the frames to see how Piccolo handles this. 17 telegraphs his right hand. Piccolo blocks, then blocks the left with his elbow. 17 comes in with what looks like a straight right hand, and Piccolo looks like he's about to go into the shoulder roll, but 17 was sneaky with it. It was actually a hook punch. Piccolo just loosens up the arms and stays on the back foot. 17 misses the shot. I don't know what it is about the way Piccolo is like throwing his arms out there. It reminds me a little bit of Klitschko back in the day, if you guys remember. Anyways, then he comes in with the right hand, blocked. Then a spear hand, elbow blocked by Piccolo. Then here comes a right hand by 17. Whoop! Piccolo loosens up the guard and lets the shot fly by again. But he's keeping him at the end of his range. He's not letting Android 17 close the distance on the massive wingspan. Okay, now he is. These punches are getting close. 17 constantly switching stances, trying to get the jump on Piccolo. Finally gets one in. Palm strike to the chin by 17 sends Piccolo flying. Then he fires off a naked energy blast. 17 seems to like using these instead of beams or volleys. Hey, I like it. He's got his own style. Piccolo blocks it though. Then he lunges at 17. 17 tries to catch Piccolo with the hook on the way in, but it was an after image so he could draw out a reaction from 17. Now he comes back for real with a double palm strike. Woohoo, clean. Gave him a taste of his own medicine from this sequence back in the last round. Then he fires off a key blast at him, but I don't think that landed because 17 comes out of the ground behind him and throws a round kick at Piccolo. Blocked. Blocks 2 more kicks on the way in and smacks 17's head and grabs it like he's palming a basketball. Then he tries to disrespect him by chucking him, but Android 17 beautifully counters him with a judo throw. Piccolo reaches up, grabs 17 and slams him into the ground. No technique here, just pure manhandling. Then 17 pops up and swings Piccolo around with Goku's signature throw move. That's that Dr. Gero programming. Now they're really just trying to one-up each other. 17 comes in with a quick first step and delivers a lethal body shot. Man, 17 just has a really fast start speed. Remember how he started the second round? He's clean, man. They're both clean. Piccolo comes back with a huge uppercut to the body, caught 17 slipping. Now this is just pure ego. They're just standing there trading body punch after body punch, seeing who's going to be the first to drop. Then Piccolo breaks the cycle with a side kick to the face, but 17 lands a kick while he's falling back. Both of them discombobulated. Then they recompose themselves and take to the air. Android 17 lands a side kick to the face, and Piccolo lands a key blast, launching 17 back to the ground. They start talking some trash back and forth, and the cell just had to show up and end the fight. Round 3 is in the books, and who took this one? Well, here are the stats. Android 17 landed 8 strikes, and Piccolo landed 6. But Piccolo also landed a key blast, which counts the same as at least 1 strike in my book. So there's only a differential of 1, about 1 strike. They both landed a takedown. Man, it's close. The stats show Piccolo was way more efficient, landing 100% of the strikes he threw, with Android 17 at landing only 14.81%. And that's true, Piccolo was definitely more efficient, but not by this much. Remember what I said about the stats not always showing the winner? A lot of the shots that 17 missed were from the huge flurry he threw at the start. And I mean, he won that exchange because he landed a shot at the end of it. So don't let the stats deceive you too much here. So in the end, who did I give the round to? Look, I'm scoring the round a 10-9 in favor of Piccolo. And this was literally a coin flip round. I am not mad at you at all if you gave 17 this round. Heck, I'm not mad if you gave Piccolo round 2. The last 2 rounds were just that razor close. Piccolo beats Android 17 via split decision because I could barely decide on a winner here. But in the end, I have it 29-28 Piccolo. Round 3, it was Android 17's slight strike advantage going up against Piccolo's impeccable accuracy and composure. And I ended up siding with Piccolo here. But again, it could truly go either way. I just felt it would be unfair not to give Piccolo the benefit of the doubt since he was the only fighter to clearly win a round. Round 1 was 100% Piccolo's. And if you look at the stats as a whole, Piccolo straight up outlanded 17 by double and was twice as efficient. I know you're supposed to score fights on a round by round basis, but knowing this, how could I not give Piccolo one of those 2 swing rounds? Come on. So Piccolo is the official winner on the cards. But before I wrap up the video, I want to make some final comments. If Cell didn't interrupt the fight, Piccolo probably would have lost this one. Don't get me wrong, I still stand by Piccolo winning on the scorecards, but his ki drops as the fight goes on, while 17, because he's an android, has an infinite energy supply. And that's not to say 17 can't get worn down too, he can from being damaged, but you can't deny that Piccolo was wearing out at a faster rate. The stats actually do a great job of showing this. Look at their output from round 1 to round 3. Piccolo's attempted strikes and ki blasts are dropping dramatically, while 17 isn't really having that problem. But what's so impressive on Piccolo's end is that even when he's conserving his output more in the later rounds, he's skilled enough to land at basically the same rate as 17, who's throwing way more. So this fight is just a really interesting one to look at. I give the win to Piccolo, but if it keeps going, my money is on 17. But if they were able to run this one back, then it's 50-50 in my opinion. Piccolo has the skill and experience advantage and a slight power advantage too, but 17 has the stamina all day. If Piccolo plays his cards a little better in the early rounds while he's fresh, he could destroy 17, but if he doesn't get him by the end of round 3 in a rematch, 17 wins a war of attrition. That's pretty much the only two ways this fight can go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, I appreciate you. Rest in peace to Akira Toriyama. Legend.